or 47 all day, popping off some random rugby league information just because I felt like it, just because this is what I was thinking of at this point in time. This time, we've got the 1967 round 1 games. So let's pop it off straight away. So, at that point in time, there were 12 teams in the competition, obviously meaning there were 6 games in the round, but excitingly, 2 new teams had entered the competition for the 1967 season. Cronulla Sharks and Penrith Panthers both joining the comp that year. So obviously we'll do their games first. So first of all, Cronulla, they had to go to the Sydney Sports Ground. The Sydney Sports Ground is Allianz Stadium. It's in the same spot that it is now, and it used to face the other way and be called the Sydney Sports Ground, but it's the same stadium sort of thing. So Cronulla had to go there and play Eastern Suburbs, and props to Cronulla winning on debut. So Cronulla winning 11 points to 5 over Eastern Suburbs. They did cop some flack though, because Eastern Suburbs, of course, the previous year, 1966, had lost every single game. Believe it or not, they'd lost all 18 games in 1966. Cronulla were lucky enough to only have to play the team that couldn't win a game in round 1, but they did at least get the win on debut, and you can only play what's in front of you. Penrith also in a similar situation. They had to go to Balmain and play Canterbury. Back then, Canterbury used to have all their games at Balmain. They only have 2 games a year at Balmain these days, but I think they should have more there. But at that point in time, it was their permanent home ground. And Canterbury in the mid-60s used to struggle a great deal too, and it was always Eastern Canterbury finishing way down the bottom of the table most years. So Penrith only having to go to Balmain and play the other team who couldn't win a game, but they couldn't get the job done there. Canterbury beating Penrith 15 points to 12, 1967 round 1 at Balmain. Then we went up the road to the SCG, next to the old Sydney Sports Ground, and we saw the heavyweights go around. We saw St George versus Manly. St George, having, of course, won the previous 11 consecutive premierships every year. They'd won the grand final, 1956 after 1966, 11 in a row. So 1967 round 1, looking to kick off their 12th straight premiership campaign. But they were held to a draw by gallant Manly, 12 all. So St George and Manly drawing 12 all. St George, the heavyweights, who'd won 11 straight grand finals. Manly, the bridesmaids, who'd played brilliant in so many seasons, but always choked in the finals, or made the grand final and choked then, still searching for their premiership. But they got off to a good start holding St George to a 12 all draw. So then there's obviously 3 other games over at North Sydney Oval. The North Sydney Bears played Newtown Jets, or Newtown Bluebags, they were sometimes called, and North scraping home 16 points to 14 in round 1 there. Over at Pratton Park, we saw heavyweights South go up against West, and South getting the job done 23 points to 11. Then at Cumberland Oval, whereas that's where Parramatta used to play, before they had Parramatta Stadium, they used to play at Cumberland Oval, and they went down to Balmain Tigers 21 points to 11. So there you go. 1967 round 1, exciting stuff. Cronulla over Eastern Suburbs 11 points to 5. They won their first ever game. Canterbury over Penrith 15 points to 12. Penrith not winning their first ever game. St George and Manly drawing 12 all. North Sydney over Newtown 16 points to 14. South over West 23-11. And Balmain over Parramatta 21-11. Your boy did all 47 all day just because I felt like doing this one at this point in time. Toodaloo.